This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. This is Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Life. I'm Ann Harder, and this is a first. We've brought the show on the road, and I am in my happy place. That would be Salado, Texas. You know, Salado is quite the enclave for artists, and I have a famous artist here with me, Becky Conley. And Becky, you just do amazing, remarkable work. We're surrounded by your Cork, you call it Cork art,
Cork art,
right?
uh-huh.
Well, how did you get involved in doing these beautiful buildings?
Well, it started with actually COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
So that recent, you've started building these.
Yeah. It started with COVID. I was bored like everybody else. And I thought, well, what can I do just to pass some time? So I started with wine corks, and I thought I'll make a birdhouse. And I made a couple birdhouses, and then it just kind of graduated. I thought, I'll do real houses.
Well, and they are. And so as you see behind us, this is Main Street in Salado, the Barton House. Of course, I recognize, I come to Salado. I love Salado. You know, this is a dream now that you're living in my dream location. So how long have you been in Salado, you and your husband, Jack?
The end of 2018.
Okay, so not that long, really.
Yeah, not
Where did
long.
you move from?
Highland Village, up north of the DFW airport.
Okay, all right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Central Texas and to Salado. And so you got bored during COVID, decided to start. Had you built, intricate models like this? Let's talk about this one first. What
the
is
Nature
this
Company? Yeah, let me see. Let's see. I started doing the insides of some of them
you've
too.
even like a dollhouse. You've decorated like
exactly.
a dollhouse.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So the first one you said you did some birdhouses, and the first house you did was what?
Well, the first house I did, actually, it's not here. I did a Beau's Barn. And then actually the first house, I take it back. The first house I built was for my granddaughter.
Oh.
I built her a dollhouse, but it was a big dollhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you find a pattern? I mean, how do you design your architectural? I mean, how do you do this? I'm just fascinated.
Sometimes I don't know. It's I start out I figure out what I'm going to build. When I first started building these, I would use like boxes from the craft store and kind of puzzle them together. And then I actually got like a little workshop with a bandsaw and everything. So now what I do is I figure out what I'm building, and I'll build, cut the wood to the shape that I want, and I don't measure.
Well, you're an artist.
Well,
I mean, really.
Who knew?
Who knew? But the roof of that particular building, it looks like tin, like a metal roof.
Yeah, it's not. It's
But you painted it to make it.
I painted it, and
like
then one trick I learned to get the rust on there is you put glue, and then you put cinnamon or nutmeg or something like that to get the actual kind of look.
That tinge of age to
exactly.
it. Beautiful. And okay, so then next to that, we'll just kind of work our way down.
Okay.
That is McCain's.
McCain's.
And we're on, is that on Main Street too?
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture where that is in my mind.
Let me see. I don't know, but Lynette, owned McCain's.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been around a long time.
And so this is cork. I mean, but it looks for the world like Austin stone. It looks like stone. How did you figure out how to do that, and where do you get the corks?
Well, I cut them. They're all individually cut.
Okay.
And I use a Cutco knife. And then I have graduated up. I have a really cute little table saw now that, that helps a lot, but I still have to do a lot of cutting. And as far as the corks, I have friends and family that all of a
just
sudden
collect
they
so
show up on my doorstep.
with a bag of corks.
Yes.
I can bring you a few. But the fact that they're kind of shaded, there's like differences in the colors, which I guess is just natural part of cork.
I use different corks. It depends on the building. Like Barton House, I tried to use a lot of the lighter color corks in that.
Right.
And then, yeah, it depends on the cork.
And so the grout that you've used, is that paint?
No, this is clay. Now, all my other buildings, I used grout, actual grout.
Actual grout.
Actual grout.
Yeah. Well, of course, behind us, Main Street, and you've done the lighting and everything. I think it's funny. There's Christie's of Salado, one of my favorite little boutiques.
Yeah.
And you have it empty. We can see it's empty because Christie's is moving.
Christie's is moving.
So her clothes are already out of that building, but I'm sure something wonderful will go in there.
That happens sometimes. In fact, a couple of people have said, "Don't do my building," because it seems like when I get finished with a building, they've either moved or no longer in business. But like Axis Winery, I love that building, but they moved to a different location. Yeah.
Well, of course, going back here in Salado, with all the road construction and the things that you were here during that time.
No.
Okay, so you came afterwards. That was already, but it was a very desperate. A lot of businesses closed, and I was really concerned about the long term how Salado it is bouncing back beautifully.
It is. Like when I first got here, 1859. There was Magnolias.
Right.
Remember Magnolias? I love that store.
I did too. I did too. Yeah. Yeah. So things change in any community. You're gonna have that. So do you take a picture of the building?
Oh yeah.
And work from that.
Yeah.
And I presume you have like the Grace Jones building archival pictures.
Yeah. I take pictures of them from every angle, and I usually get one like blown up, large size.
So you can really see the detail when
right.
you're working on it.
And then I make numerous trips to the building, and just look. And it's funny what you don't see, unless you're really looking. Yeah,
well, unless you're replicating it.
Yeah, replicating
in a model. Had you seen this kind of thing done somewhere else that kind of gave you the idea, or
no.
it just sort of grew out of making a birdhouse?
It grew out of making a birdhouse, but I have learned since then that in Italy they have a number of artists that do this, that do all the
miniatures.
Miniatures.
I guess is what it's called. Yeah, I think I remember. I think we saw PBS series, what was it called, The Miniaturist or something like that, and it was set in the 1800s, and it was a really thing, for the doll houses and replicating buildings. I think you told me you've been commissioned to do another one. Now, folks know you do it, so.
Yeah, they want me to do the Salado Museum, not the museum, the Salado College.
The college. Okay, so, and I've done a story, up there, and it's kind of ruins, but you're going to replicate the original, what it originally looked like.
I'm going to give it a good try.
You're going to give it the college try. So how long does it take you to do Barton House or one of these?
Okay, example, Barton House, I started on January 1st.
Okay.
So, and what's today, March 1st?
Yeah, we're recording this March 1st. Yeah.
And most of them usually take about 3 months.
3 months.
Now the Rosanke building, which is not here, it's at the museum, but
now you donated that to the museum, and that's
actually Pals bought it.
Okay.
And they donated it.
Okay.
So that was nice. That helped me buy some supplies.
I was gonna say, do you sell these?
Well, I sell the birdhouses, and I do Christmas trees, and I do Christmas wreaths.
Yeah, I noticed you have a cork wreath on your door.
On the door. But that kind of it's just for fun, or I give them for gifts. But yeah, I mean, I'll sell them, but Yeah, the price has to be right.
I was going to say,
it's
how
a lot of work.
How do you possibly get your time out of it?
Well, you wouldn't.
Well, so have you been, a paint artist? Any other kind of artist?
No, I cannot paint.
Oh, really?
No. Mm-mm.
Because I see a portrait of you on the wall. I thought, oh, well, maybe that's a self-portrait.
Michael Pritchett did that one.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about art here in Salado. This is just such a wonderful locale for sculptors. I mean, paint artists, watercolor, everything you can think of. It's just sort of been a magnet, hasn't it, for artists?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I know that's kind of mean.
What?
Favorite artist?
Well, of course, Michael Pritchett.
Okay, well there you go. Well,
he painted that, and then he painted the one picture on that wall of. I took a picture of the moon one night.
Oh.
And it was so interesting. You could see an eye, and so
in the moon. Yeah.
In the moon. So he painted that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll visit some more with Becky Conley about her art.
Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com. Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com. Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now.
And we're back again with Becky Conley here in Salado, Texas, in her home, surrounded by her beautiful buildings. These are Salado buildings that she has replicated in miniature form using cork.
Yes.
Just incredible. So you have your Cutco knife there.
I do.
So this is, you just kind of shave off bits of cork to create the...
Actually, I cut them, like, not in half, but I cut them. I want to get that centerpiece there.
Oh, okay.
And
why the center particularly?
Well, that's what makes the brick.
Okay. Well, and I noticed you don't have any print. Most corks have the winery printing on it. So
I use that too.
you do use them?
Not on the buildings.
Okay.
But
well, you could use the inside of it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it really is an incredible art form. Do you know of other miniaturists, or I'm kind of making up a word, but that are there other people around the world that do this kind of thing that you?
Not with wine corks.
not with wine corks.
No.
So this is truly a unique art form that we're showing you today.
I don't know of anyone. There might be, but I don't know of anyone.
Well, you have certainly documented the beautiful buildings in Salado and created something really unique. And I know in coming days you're going to have a show at the museum there on Main Street where folks can come, and we'll let you know when that's coming up. Maybe you'll have the college done.
Maybe so.
The college done by then.
I'll get started on it.
that would be awesome. Yeah. Well, so what do you see, happening with this? I mean, just keep making
I'll
buildings,
just keep I already have a list, I was going to do a couple more, and then they said, no, we really want the college.
Okay, so what are your next ones you're thinking?
Well, I haven't done the museum.
Well, I was going to say you need to do the museum.
I need to do the museum.
Well, and could you do Stagecoach Inn? I mean,
that's someone asked me the other day if I would do their
wood frame building.
Yeah, Salado Winery, which I get a lot of my corks from.
Mm-hmm.
She's very generous with them, and she asked me if I'd do her building, and I said, well, that's hard to do wood buildings out of cork.
Cork, yeah, it kind of lends itself to more of a stone.
So I think I'll finish up. My plan is to finish up the buildings I can do. Like I haven't done Chupacabra, or Benton's.
Across the street from the Stagecoach Inn.
Right, and then when I run out of the brick buildings, who knows? Maybe I'll get into wood.
Hey, I'll start doing the hardy plank. What can you use to make the hardy plank?
Popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just paint it?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, that's great. Well, and I could see someone, a homeowner saying, I would love for you to do my house.
I have had a couple people.
Have you really?
Across the street.
Our house would lend very well to this.
Yeah, stuff. Will and Neil across the street. I don't know if you know him. Yeah, they've asked me, and then another neighbor up the street. And I said, I'll get to it. I've got to do this first.
I was going to say, your days of boredom are over. I mean, it sounds like you've got enough work to keep you busy.
I was going to say the Axis Winery. Mm-hmm. Now, I used wood on that one, but it does have some brick in it. So it's pretty much
really,
wood.
Because it's like a log cabin.
It's like a log cabin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So did you paint the cork to look like the logs, or
no? The logs is wood. I did use wood on that. The corks are kind of in between each wood piece.
I got you. Well, you are so creative. I mean, I'm just really taken by the work you do.
I actually kind of surprised myself.
I was going to say, it was not the thing. I guess 5 years ago, you would picture yourself sitting here talking about these houses.
What I started out at first, even before the birdhouses, was very basic, like wood corks. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the full cork. And I would make...
Right, I can picture that,
and I made kind of like a little western village, all out of just full corks. And then after that, it progressed into like cutting them to look like brick.
Yeah. Well, your creativity knows no bounds.
Thank you.
I appreciate you spending time with me on this. Well, I like to end these little visits with a little questionnaire. It's similar to the one the late, great James Lipton would use on Inside the Actors Studio. So I'm going to ask you these questions. First of all, Becky, what is your favorite word?
What?
What? Okay, yeah, all right. Well, okay.
That's it.
Okay. Well, it's like you see a problem, you go, what? Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to make this.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. What is your least favorite word?
Can't say that word.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah. Enough said. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Oh. Well, creatively, of course, doing this. I mean, I am so absorbed with it, I guess, Yeah,
I can see you.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, start thinking, or even in the middle of the night, I start thinking, well, how am I going to get this to work? you know. So by the time I get up and start working, I've already kind of got a plan.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I've never thought of stuff like that. Let me see. What turns? The news.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. What is your favorite sound?
Oh, probably Jack playing music.
Okay, now he's another podcast coming your way with Jack Como.
Jack Como, yeah.
Because so I guess you get to enjoy that.
I do. He has a studio in back, which he's at now, and then he also has set up a little thing in the back room. So, you know, he plays sometimes in the house.
Yeah.
So
Does he jam with friends?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Good. Well, that's great. What is your least favorite sound?
Oh, somebody popping their gum.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. What job? I mean, I
Only
know
because
professionally.
somebody did it yesterday now.
What I don't know what you did professionally before.
I worked for the airline. I was a flight attendant for like 34 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? What job then would you like to have tried maybe that you didn't?
Architect.
I can see that. I mean, who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what job do you know you would not like to do? No thanks. I don't want to do that.
Nurse.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I mean, we love them. We're glad we have them. But
so glad, but yeah, it never interested me.
yeah. Well, one last question then. What do you want to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh, welcome. I'd start crying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is just a remarkable opportunity, and I've just loved taking the show on the road. And our very first one would be here in Salado, my favorite place, with an artist, no less, a kind of a accidental artist in a way.
Yeah, it was.
Becky, thank you so much, Becky Conley, for allowing us into your home.
Well, thank you very much.
And to show us your wonderful pieces. And stay tuned because there will be available for you to see on a full exhibit at the Salado Museum in the coming days.
Soon.
Thanks for being with us, though. I'm Ann Harder. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.